is basically, if you see, it is a kind of planned investigation which is generally carried out in an organized or systematic ways. Generally, people they think that research is a completely new kind of work. Yes, if you are doing a complete new work, it is okay. It is really excellent. But if you are doing some kind of changes in existing kind of work, that will be also considered to be research. Research is basically that something new you are doing in a systematic manner, that will be considered to be research. That's why whenever we discuss about the research, generally we consider this PhD as a generally basically we consider PhD as a research degree. But uh, but if you see deeply, then we can consider any master degree as also a kind of research degree, because uh, in master degree generally people they get 1 year for doing some kind of project or some kind of research work. That generally it is also considered to be a research degree. uh, but more often people they do not consider this BTech as a uh, perfect research degree. People do not consider it is not a perfect research degree. The reason is that in BTech the proper course curriculum is designed, and generally all the students and the faculty members they follow that proper curriculum to get a bachelor degree. That is a BTech or here any this bachelor degree like here BSc or BA like that. But in a research degree, something new you will have to do. It means if you are doing a project in a research degree, like in MPhil, in MTech, in MS, or in PhD also, something new you will have to do. You cannot consider that your research project is similar to other people's work, which already been done by some other people. In that case, it will not be considered to be a research work. So, uh, you know, for getting for selecting a good research work, in that case, you have to do a literature survey. That's why that the second line it was given out here is research may be done, which I was discussing, that whenever you are doing some kind of research work, in that case, if you are thinking that I am well qualified enough to do the research, it is fine. You can do your own work without consulting directly your colleagues, your supervisor. But uh, without consulting other people's work, means you cannot do the research in isolation. Means if if you will be thinking that without following other people or other published work related to that area, I can do the research, it will be not correct. So you have to follow other people's work as to uh, up to date your knowledge related to that particular topic. It is really essential. Next is motivation in research. What motivates the people to continue their research work? First thing is that to get a degree, which is really essential nowadays, because if you consider the UGC system, I think by 2021 it is mandatory to to get a PhD degree to work in universities. That's why degree is very essential. If you are uh, very much motivated to get the degree, then yes, definitely you will have to perform some kind of research, because until and unless you will not do the research, you will not get the research degree like either your master degree or your PhD degree. For any degree, research is necessary, and otherwise you will not be able to complete your project, because something new you will have to do, and for that you have to do some kind of research. Then second is the desire to face challenge in solving the unsolved problem. Means you know that the problem which is happening in the real world, and that is not solved by other researchers. In that case, you can consider that kind of problem as your research topic, and that generally motivate the people to carry out their research. For example, I can say that people know that the solar cell, people know that nowadays renewable energy is a uh, substitute for the fossil fuels and all. But the efficiency of the renewable energy is not that good. Just to improve that efficiency, people are doing a lot of research by considering the solar energy, wind energy, ocean energy. But uh, till now, a lot of improvement has been happened. A lot of improvement have happened, but it is not up to the mark. So that kind of challenges you can consider. The other example I can give you that the car right now people are giving much more focus to the battery operated car. In that case, a lot of research is required because fossil fuel, that time will come, it will be over from the world, and for that you have to find some kind of substitute. So right now if you see in the market, in some of the developed countries, they are using the battery operated car. That's why some real world problem, some problem which you are facing day to day life, you are acquainted in your day to day life, that can be considered your motivation, and that can be your motivation to do research work. Next is a desire to get the intellectual joy of doing some creative work. That is a definite thing. If you are doing a creative kind of thing, for developing some kind of model, developing some kind of theories, producing some kind of hypothesis, definitely it will be satisfying to you, and always that create a motivation to the researchers. Then desire to be in service to the society. That is basically the problem which the society is facing. In that case, you can consider that problem as a challenge, and that kind of challenge motivate you to do the research work. Then the last one is the desire to get respectability. Definitely, if you are a researcher, if you are a scientist, a professor, definitely their position is way ahead as compared to the other people. Everyone is serving to the nation, whether it is in defense, whether it is in police. But at the same time, if you are doing research by creating something new, which will be helpful for the betterment for the society, that will be also considered to be a service to the nation, and that helps to get the respective yeah, that helps the people to get respect from the society. But that desire to get the respect, that always motivate the people, researchers, to carry out the research work. The best example I can say about the coronavirus, you know that this vaccine is still now, it is not it is not uh, developed yet, it is not fully tested by the scientists. They are working on that. And that is a kind of challenge. It is a kind of service to the society, because a lot of people, they are facing problem related to this particular disease, and the world, complete world is facing that problem. So that kind of challenge also motivate the people. And once, suppose it is suppose one organization or one scientist, if is able to find out the solution for that particular this particular say about this corona disease, that vaccine, if someone is able to find out that particular vaccine, then definitely will get the that kind of respect from the society. These are the motivation generally. People get motivated to carry out their research work. The next is this literature survey. What do you understand by the literature survey? Before that, you should know what is a literature. Literature is considered to be a collection of all the scholarly writing, or a collection of all the writing from an article over a particular topic. Because see, whenever you are doing a literature survey, you have to find out a broad topic, that this is my area of interest, this is my broad area of interest, and from that only I'll have to find out a particular atypical topic. For that you have to carry out your research work. And that literature is basically considered to be the collection of all the scholarly writing over a particular topic, right? The next is this literature survey. We can define that it is a systematic method for identifying or for evaluating and interpreting the work produced by the researchers, scholars, and the practitioners. Basically, this literature survey, it is in a proper manner. If someone is identifying or evaluating or interpreting the other people's work, that is considered to be a literature. Uh, that is considered to be a literature survey. For example, I can also define this literature survey in a proper manner, like uh, uh, like suppose you are doing a literature survey for a particular project topic or for a research topic. uh, in that case, what will happen, uh, that will help you to that shows the various analysis and research made by the field of your interest, and the result which has been already produced by other people, that you will have to write in your own way, and you have to find out some kind of findings from their work. At the same time, you will have to find out some kind of research gap from their work, and on the basis of that, you can find out your research topic, the final research topic. That systematic method of evaluating other people's work is considered to be a literature survey. If you are reading some of the research article related to your area of interest, in that case, whatever things you are getting from that article, that you have to write in a systematic manner. Then uh, what is the research gap you are getting from that particular literature, that also you have to write. And that, if you are writing in a systematic manner, it will be considered to be a literature survey. Basically, that's why this literature survey, it is undertaken to decide how to move forward with a research idea, what has been done, and what interesting avenues of future work is opens to be investigated. That's why what people generally tell, whenever you are going for a research work, try to follow more number of articles which has been published recently. That will help you to choose a good topic, because you have to be think in a positive way, that yeah, what is the demand topic right now related to that area. For example, I can say the renewable energy. Out of a lot of renewable energy is there, but if you see about all the renewable energy, I think particular the solar energy, it's a in a kind of hot topic right now, because due to the higher efficiency and availability of this energy, a lot of people, they are working on the development of solar cell. So that's why you have to find out, on which topic the research is going on, and in that you have to find out what are the things people have already done, and what are the things they have not done. That also you have to find out, and that is basically considered to be a research gap. And from that only, you can select your research topic. So this literature survey, it is really, really very important for any kind of researcher. You cannot say that if you are doing a research for the for the first time, like if you are in the master degree or in a PhD degree, then only you'll have to do the literature survey. And those people those who have already completed PhD, they are doing postdoc, they are working in a organization, for them literature survey is not required. It's completely wrong. For any kind of researchers, literature survey is very vital. For anyone, it is necessary. The second thing is that if you are doing a research degree, a PhD, it is not like that only at the starting of your degree you have to perform the literature survey. Literature survey, it is a throughout procedure, throughout journey of your degree, and throughout journey of your research work, you have to do the literature survey. Because if you are doing a literature in 2020, and you cannot expect that same similar kind of work will be, where people will be doing in 2022 or 2021. It is not like that. So you have to up to date your knowledge on which direction other people are doing work, and from that only you will get your idea. And whenever you will write an article, in that case also you have to give the literature related to the recent years. If you are writing an article in 2020 and you are giving all the paper up to 2020, in that case it will not be accepted by the scientific community. You have to give some kind of glimpse of the work related to that topic recently by the other people. Okay, so that's why this is all about it, literature shopping. Now, what is the need of literature shopping? Why people they go for the literature shopping? First thing is that uh, to find out the approaches which already people have used, and what the other people have already done to get the idea about that, people they go for the literature study. Because research is something like that, it should not be repeated. If you are doing a repeated kind of work, it will not be considered to be research. So proper literature survey if you are doing, then only you can analyze that, yeah, these are the work already people have done, and I want to do some kind of different related to that topic. If you will not do literature survey, what will happen? You may, yeah, you might do some kind of you know, work which already people have done, right? Then second is to find the resource gap, which is very essential. Until and unless you not find a resource gap from a research topic, you will not be able to select your research topic. So whenever you are reading an article, you are writing the summary from that article, you have to write something, the finding, that what things you are getting from the article. At the same time, you will have to write what are the things which has not been done by that particular authors in that article, and that will be considered to be a research gap. And whenever you are doing suppose 30 40 recently published article related to a topic, from all the research gap, uh, you could select your research topic. Then next is what difference you are making. Means if you are doing a proper literature survey, then only you will be able to find out what the other people have already done, and what what new you are doing, what difference you are doing from the other people's work. That also you will be able to find out while carry out your literature survey. For that also literature is very essential. The novelty of VR, that is same as your, highlight. Your novelty means something new, just like research is something new you will have to do. What novel thing you are doing? Because whenever you will submit an article to a good journal, everywhere they, they think they ask for the novelty, and they ask for a paragraph of writing related to the novelty of your work. What novelty you have done in your work, which you are, which you are submitting into our journal. That novelty you have to show. Means what other people have done, and what new thing you have done in your work, that you have to uh, write down, and that is considered to be a novelty of the work. If you're finding, if the reviewer, if the editor is not finding uh, not finding any kind of novelty in the particular paper which you are submitting, in that case definitely will not accept that. So, whenever you are choosing any topic related to a broad area, you have to be careful that the topic must, that the work which you are doing, that must have some kind of novelty. Then, placing the current context, yeah, definitely. Placing the current context means what are the things is, what are the things is going on, going on that particular topic by different researchers. That also you have to find out, because then only you can choose a good topic. And avoiding duplication, that is a very very essential thing, because plagiarism is like right now, it's a very serious issues. If you are duplicating something, it will create a huge problem for the career of that particular researchers. So whenever you are doing such kind of work, you have to be very much careful that there should not be any kind of duplication. Means the work which I am doing, it is completely different from other people's work. Then the clarification of a controversial result. If you are doing any kind of result, and in that case if you want to analyze, you compare your result with other published work, in that case also you have to take the help of other people's work, and for that also literature survey is necessary. And the last, this is the state of art, which extend and build on the work of other. It is basically it will help to you know to show the other people work, uh, other people work in your work, that what other people have done, and what new you have done in your work. That's just comparison kind of thing. That is basically a state of what you have to create in your own work. That is, these are the basic things which is necessary while carry out the literature survey, and these are the basic reason why we do the literature survey. The next is literature survey. It is in the context of research-based degree. If you are considering a research-based degree like PhD or your master degree, in that degree, how literature survey? There's a crucial rule, that is research degree should be based on the original source. That is really important, because research means something new you are doing, and that should not be a duplicate kind of work. Means if someone has done something related to that topic and similar kind of work you cannot do, then unintentional duplication is also unacceptable. That is also correct. If you will be thinking that, I did not know about the work which I have done, and I mean, I did not know about the duplication of the work which I have done. In that case, also it will be not considered, because you have to be very much careful while carry out the research work. Yeah, unintentionally, intentionally if you're doing research, intentionally if you're doing duplication, or unintentionally also you're doing duplication, both are unacceptable. So you have to be very much careful, whether it is in the research degree also, or any kind of research work. Then to gain the knowledge of the background work, because whenever you are doing any kind of work, in that case you have to acquire the knowledge related to that topic. And in that case, from the textbook you will get some kind of basic knowledge, but if you read other people's article related to that particular area, you will get more knowledge, you will get more depth knowledge related to that topic. And that will create your concept, and that will build your concept related to that particular topic. The next is to establish the context of of our work, and to find the resource gap. Already I have discussed this thing. So these are the basic things which which is which helps yeah, which helps while doing your PhD or any kind of research degree, masters. If you are doing a proper literature survey, it will create a mm, a positive impact on your research if you're doing a proper literature survey. Then next is source of literatures, means from where you will get the literature. Generally what happens, people they follow the research articles, generally for yeah, for a positive impact. You can consider that, always try to follow the research articles. But other than that, you can follow some other things like textbook, you can follow the monographs, you can follow the conference paper also. So these are the things you'll have to follow while carry out your research work. And these are the concept to be a source of literature. You can follow any kind of textbook. Suppose you want to get some kind of basic concept related to topic. In that case, you may get the good concept from a good uh, book by a particular author. And at the same time, article is basically it may be a research article, it a original article, or it may be a report. That also helps that also considered to be a source of literature, from where you'll get knowledge related to a particular uh, topic. Then thesis and dissertation. Basically, these are it's a two word, but I think in United States they consider the PhD work as a dissertation, but in Europe they consider the PhD work as a thesis. And in India also we consider PhD thesis rather than dissertation. But yeah, in general, this USA, in some other country also, in Australia and all, they consider this PhD work as a dissertation. But in Europe it is bit something different. They consider PhD work as a thesis. So from the other people's work, you can get some kind of concept. You will find other people's work in the site of their universities. They keep the other people's work. The already those who have got the PhD degree from a university, they keep their dissertation in their site. And it is not for all the university, but in some university you may find that kind of thing. Also in the Google, also if you search the thesis related to a particular topic, you may find some kind of PhD, yeah, PhD thesis related to a particular area, and that can be considered as a source of literature. Then the government publication, in that case, a lot of data, generally those who are doing the statistical analysis, in that case, they can consider the government publication. For example, the budget, the ranking. And in that case, government, they they give some kind of budget, yeah, they produce the budget on the basis of certain facts, and that government data you can consider in your own work. And suppose you want to do the statistical analysis of a particular area related to the, suppose you want to analyze the uh, this rainfall, yeah, annual rainfall of a particular cities. In that case, uh, suppose you are considering government data which has been already published by government of India. In that case, you can consider that data, and it is also considered to be a source of literature. Likewise, this legal professional publication, conference paper. Sometimes people they consider this concept conference paper as a good source of literature, because people they attend the conference to get the up-to-date knowledge related to the particular topic. And in that case, you will find some kind of good literature, some kind of good paper from a conference, and which will be useful for your literature. Then this monograph, it is a kind of monograph. It has a same common characteristics with books and the review papers, but monograph is considered to be a special type of book on a single specialized topic developed mainly for the research work. In book, you will consider that it is a kind of broad area of discussion, but monograph is a discussion over a singular topic, and that generally considered as a source of literature. If you find out the differences in monographs and textbooks, textbook generally they have a wide range of concept you'll find. It's not related to a particular topic, but monograph is related to a particular research topic. It will be generally right. This monograph, it is basically, the word mono is single. I think graph is basically considered to be to write. The meaning is to write. Means writing about a single topic is considered to be monograph. So you can consider this monograph as a source of literature, and these are the statistical data and all. You can also consider it the source of literature. Now, next is the type of literature. What are the different type of literature? Generally, we classify that total literature into three different types. One is primary literature, other one is secondary literature, the third one is tertiary literature. Actually, if you see, generally it is advisable to go for this primary and secondary literature. Very, yeah, it is not that kind of advisable. It is not advisable to um, refer this tertiary literature, but yeah, sometimes for getting any kind of knowledge or concept, you may follow the tertiary literature. This primary literature is basically, it is a original research and a new scientific discoveries basically, and it is considered to be an original research article. Whenever you submit an article in a yeah, or whenever you want to submit an article in a journal, they ask which kind of article it is, whether it is the original research article, whether it's this review article. All these things options are there. On the basis of that, generally people will select that it is the original research article, and it is generally advisable to give more preference to the primary research, to a primary literature, and that is basically the original research articles. And you can also consider the dissertation or thesis of some students and research scholars. Also, you can consider the technical reports or the conference proceeding. Also, you can consider as a this primary literatures. And as compared to the three different type of literature, it is more advisable to follow the primary literature. But at the same time, the secondary literature also you can follow. This basically the secondary literatures are basically you can consider this literature review article. A review article is considered to be the secondary literature. What is the review article? The review article is basically, it is the uh, your summarizes and synthesizes of the primary literature. Means if you are not doing in your own work, and you are uh, writing a review article on a particular topic, then what you will have to do, you have to consider the other people's work, and you have to write the other people's work in a particular manner, a sequential manner, by which by which you can get a common conclusion from other all the paper which you have followed. So in that case, how it will be useful? if someone will be interested to uh, to go for the research work, in that case it will be helpful for him to follow a review article rather than to follow a number of articles related to that particular topic. It will be easy for them. So that's why review article generally, if it is a good review article, then it get more number of citations. Citation always it's where good to good, yeah, yeah, make an important factor for the researchers. Then also this books, or you can consider instead of the book, you can also consider this monograph as a secondary literature. And then the tertiary literature is basically it summarizes or contains various of material, like you can consider some kind of textbooks, the dictionaries, the Wikipedia, encyclopedia, or handbooks and all. And that generally people they prefer that kind of material to develop their basic knowledge related to the topic. If you are doing a research work related to a particular topic, for that you have to clear your basic concept into the topic. And to get a basic concept, you have to study more. And in that case, sometimes you may have to follow some kind of writing in the Google, some kind of writing in the Wikipedia or encyclopedia. It will be considered to be a tertiary research, a tertiary literature. So out of all these three type of literature, it is advisable, always advisable to go for this primary literature and the secondary literature. And it is not advisable to prefer this tertiary literature. But yeah, sometimes to get a good concept and all, you can follow this tertiary literature. Now, while searching for the literature, because see, whenever you search the literature, in that case, you may have to find out some kind of terminology related to the research article. A terminology is like this ISBN. It is basically the International Standard Book Number. Whenever someone is, producing a book, in that case, you will find the backside of the book is written as a ISBN number. It is basically the International Standard Book Number. It is a unique kind of number, and for each book there will be a separate ISBN number, and that ISBN number that specifies that particular book. You won't find a single ISBN number for two different books. It is a uniqueness of all the books, and it is generally denoted by the ISBN number. Similarly, this ISSN number, it is basically this International Standard Serial Number. You'll find this ISS number for all kind of journals. E-journal you can consider. For all kind of e-journal, whenever you search the journal in the internet, you'll find the journal name as a ISSN number. It is also a unique kind of number, and whenever you want to search a particular journal on by putting their ISSN number also, you can find out, because whenever you search in a particular platform, they generally ask for the journal name or their ISSN number. Either of this you can use for searching any kind of journal. So this is basically a unique kind of number for all kind of journals. And this DOI, this is basically considered to be the digital object identifier. DOI number, this is digital object identifier number. It is basically a unique number for each articles. Just like this ISN number, it is for a particular journal. But this digital object identifier number, this DOI number, it is a unique number for each article. You will get a particular DOI number for a particular article. There won't be a single DOI for two different articles, never. So that also help you whenever you want to search any articles by considering their this DOI number. You can search in the internet and you will find that particular article. Okay. Then next is this universal decimal classification. It is a kind of bibliographic or library classification which represent the systematic arrangement of all branches of the human knowledge, which organized as a coherent system in which knowledge fields are related and interlinked. That is basically considered to be this UDC. It is a universal decimal classification. Then this yeah, BibTeX, it is a kind of reference software for formatting the list of reference. This BibTeX, whenever you are writing any kind of article and all, this format generally people they use, and it is very useful. And it is used for for the reference, yeah, for formatting the list of reference. And this particular BibTeX tool is typically used together with this LaTeX document preparation system. This is basically used for, and you will find in a particular if you're considering a particular journal, then that BibTeX file you can find out. Then this journal impact factor and S index. Basically, this journal impact factor, it shows the this quality of a journal, but at the same time you cannot say that all the you cannot compare all the journals with impact factor, because it depends on the area of that particular journal. On a particular area, you can compare with the impact factor, but if that area is different, in that case you cannot compare two different kind of journals. For example, I can say, if someone is doing research related to science and someone is doing research related to a particular field, like this mechanical field, or kind of electrical engineering field, or any kind of any kind of other yeah, this field of research, in that case you cannot compare. So always it is advisable to compare the quality of a journal by considering the impact factor on a particular area, not not overall. That's why in medicine and all you will find a journal having impact factor more than 100 also. I think one journal is there that is related to medicine. I do not remember the publisher name, but the journal impact factor is around 270 or like that. And at the same time, the second highest impact factor is here. I think it is 70 or 75 like that. And in medicine and all, you'll find a this high impact factor journal. At the same time, if you go to a electrical engineering journal or in a typical mechanical engineering journal, it is very tough for the publisher, for the author to publish in a impact factor of 2, 3, or 4 impact factor. So it is not advisable to compare all the all the journal with their impact factor, but related to a single area, you can consider. Then edge index also, for a journal also you find the edge index. At the same time, for the authors and all, you can find out the edge index. It shows their citation of the journal, how many people they are following that particular journal, how many people they are using that journal as their citation. That also plays a crucial role. Then this strategy to search the literature. Basically, if you see, it is really advisable, three different method to search the literature. First one is considered to be the keyword search. Other one is the backward chronological search, and the last one is forward chronological search. In keyword search, what happens? It is basically related to the broad area of interest. For example, I can say, if someone is interested to work in solar energy, if someone is interested to work on the topic that is suppose multi-criteria decision making. Now, by considering that particular word, the solar energy, or efficiency of the solar energy, likewise you can consider uh, that term as a keyword. And for example, I can say, if someone is doing a experimental kind of thing, in that case you'll have to use some machines for developing a particular kind of things, a particular kind of material, a particular kind of instrument. In that case, for after developing that particular things, you have to test whether you have got a right product or not. In that case, you will have to use some kind of other testing machine to test that one. So that kind of machines you can consider as the keyword. Whenever you search something, they always ask for the keyword. If you put that word, then then accordingly you will get the papers related to that keyword which you have put. That is basically considered with the keyword search. Then the next one is your backward chronological search and the forward chronological search. Backward chronological search means, if you are you know following a article which published in 2020, Now, definitely in that article you will find the number of articles which that particular author have followed for writing his article. That will be considered to be a backward chronological source. Means all the published article before that. If a article is published in 2020, then definitely, yeah, if it is published in 2019, then definitely you will get the yeah, you will get the literature either in 2019 or 18 or 17 or 16. Likewise, you will get, and that is considered to be the backward chronological search. And in forward chronological search, what happens if you are following an article which has been published in 2015? In that case, if that particular article has been has been used by some other people uh, who have published their article after 2015, that is considered to be a forward chronological search. That I can show you by using by showing a particular article. See, yeah. Suppose this is a particular article which is published in 2020. The volume number is not come. Now, in that article, see, these are the basic references. Yeah, these are the basic references which has been used in this particular article. Now, these are considered to be the backward chronological source. This article you can consider, all this article you can consider, and all this article has been published before 2020. So this is considered to be the backward chronological search. So from a single article, you are getting number of articles. In that case, no need to go for other search. Directly, you can consider the title of the work, and you can search by going through a proper website. Then you will get that number of article, and you can consider that article as your your literature survey. Similarly, if you go through this forward chronological article, yeah, I can show you. Suppose, yeah, suppose just go to Google Scholar, then write down any topic. Suppose you are writing just multi-criteria decision making. It's a basically a subcomputing technique. Now, see, this is the article. This is the article. These are the article name. It is published by the Elsevier. It is published by the Elsevier. Now here, see, cited by 2230 means this article published in 2010, and 2230 people have already cited this particular article. Okay, so you can consider, even if you click out here, then you'll find the similar kind of article, the article related to that area. This kind of article you can consider that this article is similar to that article which you are following. So these are the basic three things by which you can you know you can say that this yeah, these are the three different way of searching a searching a particular article, either by using key search, backward chronological search, and forward chronological search. By which it will happen, you can save your time by following 4 or 5 number of article. You will get a number of article related to that particular area, and on the basis of the year of their publication and all, you can follow some selected number of article, and you can write the literature review of that particular article. Okay. This is basically the strategy to search the literature. Now, uh, the other things are there related to this literature survey that we will discuss in the next class. There will be another lecture related to the literature survey. Yeah, how to do the literature survey, that we will discuss in the